Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Oja Village, the heart of Ninja Revival Online. This is where your journey begins, whether you're learning your first jutsu, joining a squad, or just throwing hands with random people. It all starts here. Everything you see, the buildings, the ambiance, the vibe, it was all designed from the ground up for this world. Now, there's a lot to see and a lot to do, but that's just par for the course in the best ninja experience coming to Roblox and in testing right now. And speaking of testing, Spiral, what's in my hand right now? What am I holding?
I reckon you have one of the best weapons in the game. It looks beautiful. Shiver, show these boys what the whirlwind looks like.
You already know. Yeah,
look at that. This is given to you free of charge if you are a Patreon tester. That's just for the bronze tier. Like, I don't want to show off too much because we're gonna make a dedicated video. And this one, honestly, is my favorite weapon. Actually, second favorite weapon, honestly. Yeah, like, this is for the silver tier Patreon members, and just a little bit. Like, come on, man. The silver tier is a really good tier, but understand that as you go up in tiers, you get better weapons. And here is the best weapon. The Holy Sword Excalibur. Come on. And this is my favorite skills too out of the weapons.
Yo.
And that's just one of the skills. There's a lot more skills that you guys are gonna love as well. This one.
Yo.
Get off me, man. Get off me, man. We call this one Hero's Flight for a reason.
Hey, where's he going? Where's he going? Where's he going?
And there'll be a lot more gifts to our Patreon members as time goes on, including, and that's a great segue into the closed community. Just some more information. The closed community is coming out very, very soon. It's going to be a long time before the RPG, and we're walking by the Oja Center. Beautiful, beautiful Oja Center. A lot of cool things in here, but you guys aren't ready for that. The reason why is because the closed community is Patreon members only and a select few people, as well as applications, but applications won't be that many people. So your best bet is Patreon because you are guaranteed a spot as soon as you subscribe. Function is just like any other CC, but essentially 10 times better because we have a lot of things planned. I don't want to reveal our hand too early, but all I will say is you can either be in it or be on the sidelines.
So where are we right now? Where have we just arrived at? What is this grand monument we're at?
Oh, I'm really glad you asked. This is the Ninja Arena. Here is where you fight your fellow ninja. There's going to be a lot of quests that take place in here, but also in the closed community, this will be a place where anytime we have our rank up events, this is where it's going to take place in. So you guys are going to have to get real familiar with this place. Any of the skills you guys see in the showcases, a lot of them will be done in here because this is where we usually fight in. And I don't want to leak too much of the gameplay and progression, but yeah, this is a very important place you got right here.
So I mean, as you guys can see here, the map is genuinely, it's beautiful and it's extremely interactive, but that's not even the most important thing about it. This is going to be a very important building for you guys, but looks can be deceptive because you look around and you think, wow, this is a lot of weapons, but again, not leaking too much of the story, there's a lot of weapons to get in the game that aren't on the walls or anything here. That's just a part of exploring in the game, and that's what we did with the map. You actually have to explore, you actually have to look in every nook and cranny and just experience the game. This isn't just a set piece, like there is actually a lot for you to do here.
If any of you guys have ever played Pokemon, I kind of based this on Pokemon because that's a game I really liked when I was younger. I like the idea that like you could find secret stuff, especially back in the DS days. You could walk up to a rock that had nothing on it and just press A, and then like you get like a Pokeball or something important, right? I'm not gonna have that to where you can't see anything and you have to hope that you click on something relevant, but what we will have are things hidden all around, spawning points, and just a lot of mysteries for you guys to do. Whether you like to actually play combat games, explore RPG games, whatever you like from an RPG, you're able to get in this game, Ninja Revival Online. As you guys can see, especially if you were with us when we first dropped this game, everything is improved, from the models to the buildings to the skills to everything. We're constantly iterating. What you see now will change vastly from what you see during CC, from what you see on release, because we're always trying to get better, bringing the excitement and the fun we had when we were kids playing games on Roblox and off platform to the next generation of kids, teenagers, anyone who plays games. Just talk more about the weapon shop, this weapon shop, and also not trying to leak too much, but yeah, like as you guys can see, we took out all the NPCs here. We don't want to leak too much about the character design and the models we're using right now for the NPCs. So it's just an empty area. And these are all the weapons you can get standard, right? So a lot of these are just regular weapons, base weapons. You might have to have a badge to get them. Some might be available to you off rip, like the regular throwable kunais. Ninja tools and weapons are from this shop right here, and they're all going to be for coins. The really good weapons that people want, the hyped up weapons, the bloodthirsty broadsword is one of my favorite weapons. Look how badass this pose is, man. Look at the idol alone, bro. The idol alone. So the bloodthirsty broadsword, no, you can't walk into the store and just cop it. Of course, you gotta actually, put in the work for it, right? So make sure you guys understand that this shop is a very good shop. You're gonna get a lot of utility things here, and you can even make a build out of just a regular kunai, because this game is one of those games where any build works. But if you really want the most out of your gameplay, you're gonna have to get the boss weapons. Minor and major bosses have boss drops. So
in Ninja Revival Online, one of the fundamentals is having a very customizable and unique skill set, so people can make their own builds and really just play the way that they want. So you see, I have the 5 basic elements equipped right now, and yeah, we've done a lot of work with this. Each element has its own identity, meaning that it has its own play style, its own strengths and weaknesses.
Starting with Earth, one of my favorite skills right here. Earth is a high skill tree. The reason being is because most of Earth skills are actually utility skills. This skill right here, have a look, Earth Wall. All this does is block you from hitting you. As you can see, that rock throw wasn't going to hit me. Why? Because I used the earth wall. So it's a very high skill thing. And you can also like climb up on it. So if I guess you want to get somewhere higher, then you might want to have an earth technique user on your squad. Who knows? There might even be a quest where you need an earth technique user on your squad just so you can get up to a certain spot. Obviously you have wall walking, but obviously you can make it so that wall walking might not work in certain areas. So just keep in mind that this game is so robust that it's not all about damage, because someone who's fully about damage and not any utility might be a lot slower in dungeons. Be sure to understand that it's not all about damage. But speaking of damage, there is one damage skill like you guys saw. Shiver hit me with the rock throw. That's rock throw. And I kind of want to move on to the next one, but I think I'll show you guys one more earth skill. Now, fan favorite is earth spikes. And I like this skill a lot too, because not only, like I said, it's utility. It does a lot of damage, knocks them up. If you miss it, all hope is lost, because you might want to like just use it to, evade attackers, get to somewhere else higher, It's a really good skill. And also you can tree jump to it. So if you want somewhere to like get a quick tree jump off, earth is the one element that can actually help you do that.
Next we have the fire. Now we've already shown the fire element quite a bit, so we'll keep this brief, but this is damage over time. If you want a lot of projectiles, a lot of speed, and honestly, when it comes to just pure damage and combat ability, you get a lot of versatility here. So that's what we have for fire. But my personal favorite of the base elements right now is wind, and the identity here is piercing, which means it can target multiple opponents. It goes through people. Now let me show you guys the wind sniper. You suck in this air right here. Look at that mouth, sucking it all in. You just snipe them. That's a precision move. You have to have aim like Shiver if you want to be able to hit that. But you ain't seen nothing yet, because the real kicker with this element is this right here. Now check out the arrow spiral. You charge that up, you got determination in your eyes, and boom. Like, come on, man. Like come on.
Moving gears to another great one, we have lightning. My probably second favorite. I think my favorite is earth, then wind, then lightning. Let me know what you guys think of them. Okay, so the first one of lightning, I'm not gonna go through everything because you guys have seen it as well, is lightning rod. Obviously, also can be done in the air. I'll have to wait till the cooldown's over to show you guys that, but for now I'll just move on to the next one. Lightning storm, one of the best lightning skills on Roblox, if I do say so myself. Shout out our VFX guys, shout out everyone who's part of this team. And again, lightning rod in the air. You can mess up people with that. And then last but certainly not least, we have our water skills. Now I'll show you guys water spout, a lot like wind bullet, but this one actually does not go through people. It just hits people, and it's a small bullet, so it might not hit. It's not gonna like do a lot of area damage.
Oh.
And then the ultimate move for the water skills is water wipe. This is an auto tracking move, and it's pretty cool. I like it. And then another skill is piercing wave. This one actually is a block breaker. So it's one of those skills you do go up close and personal to, and you can hit people in front of you in like a pretty big wave. It's enough about to talk about the elements. Let us talk about some weapons.
Now that we're talking about basic weapons, can you tell me a little bit more about the skills on weapons? How does that whole system work?
I'm really glad you asked that, Shiver, because weapons are really unique in this game. Every weapon has a different playstyle, right? And you can actually succeed with every weapon. Why? Because the max amount of skills any weapon can have is 4. So a weapon with 4 skills is considered to be an extremely rare weapon. Don't get that twisted with being a good weapon. Typically, those do go hand in hand, like for the Holy Sword Excalibur for Diamond Patron testers. But oftentimes, what you want from a weapon is synergy and or the passive it has. So, for example, if you have the Bloodthirsty Broadsword and Demon Slayer active at the same time, whenever somebody's bleeding, it does more damage. Now add on to having the trait that does more damage to bleeding enemies, you got yourself a very deadly build. So even though the Bloodthirsty Broadsword has only 1 skill, just like the kunai doesn't have all that, right? So make sure you guys understand the passives in the game, because there's a lot more depth to the game than meets the eye. So just to show off the basic weapons and the basic skills, here is Pierce. Pretty simple, not going to be OP, not going to be anything crazy, especially as the first weapon you can get. But then you can also get this weapon. This is the basic katana. Really bad range. As you can see, I couldn't even hit him there. Now you guys have seen the weapons, you've seen the elements. We can't show everything because the video would turn to a movie, and we are not doing that. But what I can show you guys next is the Awakening. So we'll be showing you guys the Awakening for Crimson Eye.
We're gonna show Crimson. I don't think they're ready for Crimson Eye.
I think you guys are. I think you guys are ready for Crimson Eye. We won't show you everything. We'll just show you a little bit, just a tip. Okay, a little bit of change of scenery here because it's only right we enter the Crimson Eye compound. So yeah, we'll show off a few skills here. So this is when you're not in Awakening, and keep in mind you have to progress your Awakening to actually even unlock it, and then progress it further to unlock the higher levels of Awakening. Every clan has at least 1 tier of Awakening, but the legendary clans like Crimson Eye and Forest have multiple levels and have more levels. Other lesser clans can have more as well, but don't expect a ton unless the family is a very high level, like Crimson Eye. So Shiver, first skill, let's show them Chakra Vision, actually.
Chakra Vision. Now this is a utility skill, but look at this right here. Pretty self-explanatory, but this is extremely useful. I mean, just look at this. It's like you have like your own personal ESP on people.
And chakra management is a very big thing because you do have to charge chakra to get it back. We have infinite chakra right now, so you're not able to see the level, but in reality, the gauge of the character fills up depending on the chakra they have. So a very good use case of this is if you know somebody has a high chakra costing skill, you can wait till they're very low chakra and literally just check it. You don't have to guess and like chakra count and like see, okay, he didn't charge chakra at this time or this time. Nope, you can see exactly when. And that works perfectly for Crimson Eye's identity. The identity of Crimson Eye for at least level 0 is 1v1. So you're not meant to be extremely good in team fight until you awaken. So I'm gonna awaken to the 2nd level. Okay, so now we're gonna show you guys the next skill. Return to 0. This skill is one of the cooler skills in the arsenal, and it's another utility skill, like I said. So for the cost of 1 of your eyes, you can do this.
Bang. Oh.
And it returns the person back to where they were. The good thing about that skill is that it negates the damage taken in that time. And it's a utility skill, so you're not gonna be able to like spam this too much. Even though it's a utility skill, it will give you a good advantage in a team fight. It literally does no damage. It's just to help you get out of tricky situations. And like you guys saw, you do lose half your vision. So at this point, you might be thinking, you know what, like Crimson Eye is kind of like underwhelming. And you would be completely wrong because that is what a 1v1 clan is for. This is the best 1v1 clan by far, you guys should see. But once you awaken, the identity changes. So let me actually show you guys. Actually, Shiver, I want you to show them. What does it look like when you awaken to the 2nd level?
Oh, I don't think they're ready for this. Let me show you guys true power real quick. Watch closely. Bam. Skeletal Spirit.
But as you guys can see, I put on the wrong one. It should be Itachi, but it's fine. It's fine. We can show off. But as you guys can see, this is what we have to offer when it comes to the awakenings. So while you're in your awakened state, you also get to see the buffs you have in the bottom left corner. So we'll show one of the skills. Shiver, go ahead and unclick your Crimson Eye. This skill is called Skeletal Grab, and every Crimson Eye variation has it. So that is the blue Crimson Eye, the dark blue Crimson Eye, the green, orange, all of them have it, but only the orange and the purple have this effect to it. Here's the other skill, and it's called Black Ignition, and this is an area denial effect and an auto tracking effect. So anyone who's the closest person that you're looking at, for example, Shiver away right here, I press that button, I demanifest my Susanoo, and I play it on him, right? He's not taking any damage yet. If I press this, he still takes no damage because he's infinite health. But at the same time, like, that's obviously what the skill does. So what you can do with this skill if you're in a team fight is this. You can place your Black Ignition effect, so right here. Anyone who got hit gets messed up by it, whatever. Then later on, you can call it again. Anyone even walked by it, okay, I dodged it or I jumped over it, then they still get hit, and then you get the Black Flames status effect on you as well. And the Black Flame status effect is not just like the burn effect. What it actually does is it lasts 2 times as long and does exponential damage. You do not want to get hit with that status effect. So guys, that's enough of the skills. I don't want to show off the progression too much, but I do have to let you guys know about one thing, because I do want to tell you guys this game is, we want it to be a very high level. We hold ourselves to a very high standard, and a big part of that is the progression. You can have all the visuals you like. Progression isn't good and the actual gameplay isn't good, then welcome to Roblox. But we don't want to just be one of those guys. So we're definitely going to try to make it really fun for you guys. One of the ways to do that is this. So here is a very special area, okay? This is where you meditate. And we're not going to give away what you do over here. You meditate and some cool things happen, okay? Let's go into here. This is a passive area, so you can't fight players here, but you go on one of these mats and you meditate, all right? This is the meditation dojo. One of the things you do progress here that I can't tell you is your awakening level. You don't have to PvP and sweat on the game to progress your awakening and use it. You can do that, but you can also go ahead and sit on the awakening mats, do some puzzles, do some other things.
Yeah, I wonder what those things are, guys. I wonder what those things could possibly be.
They're gonna have to play the game and find out.
That's your job to figure out.
Shit, no cap.
Not to be confused with the Snake Dojo. Big part of our progression is meaningful decisions. I love games that have that. And even if it's not meaningful, at least have it have a different route. The Snake Dojo has a counterpart called the Frog Dojo. Depending on what questline you go down, you guys will have a teacher that's different. I hope you guys are starting to draw some comparisons here, right? You can either come to the Snake Dojo or the Frog Dojo. There's gonna be some meditation here. And once you complete that meditation, then you'll have access to this. Come down here in the Snake Dojo or the Frog Dojo, respectively. Walk in here. We're not going to show that. They're not ready for that, right, Shiva?
Yeah, well, I'm not quite sure what that is. That's it probably leads to nothing, to be honest.
Yeah, I think there's nothing in here, but yeah, you go in there, you do some things in there, and then on successful completion of the things you do in there, you receive a certain awakening. And the only way to get that awakening is if you do this or if you buy from the shop. Anyone can get any awakening out of these ones in the quest line. But if you want both, then you'll have to either buy from the shop or you just completely miss it out. If you don't want to spend your money, that is fine. You do not have to spend money on this game at all. You can't use 2 awakenings at the same time. So this is just if you want variety. Well, you can use 2 awakenings, but just not 2 secondary awakenings, which these both are. If you want variety to switch it up on the same character, then you have to actually buy from the shop. Otherwise, you got to choose the right one, and you just gotta hope you choose the right one. Now, me and Shiver are gonna make way to the Frog Dojo. Yeah, I really hope you guys are starting to draw some parallels, okay? You gotta pay respect to the frog. Shiver, go ahead and set the frog's head over there.
No, I want to
over there. No, you have to. Yeah. So yeah, the frogs, guys, you must
do this or else you'll be banned permanently from the game.
Shut your lame ass up, nigga.
But in all seriousness, you come in here. Nice try, by the way. You come in here, and in here, the same thing. You gotta do some things on the mat. You know, close your eyes, maybe fight some stuff in your head. You know, meditate and stuff. Then once you're done that,
you gotta pay respect to this frog as well, so you don't get banned.
And then, only then, can you come in here and do some more stuff with a perverted frog person. Okay, guys? That brings us to the conclusion of this video, guys. There is so much more to talk about. So much more we've been working on. So much more I want to sneak peek to you guys. But please understand that we're seriously working. And closed community is coming very, very soon. Again, guys, if you want more information, join the Discord.
Yeah, so if you guys want to be part of the greatest ninja experience on Roblox, all you gotta do is join the Discord. That's also how we will be selecting people for the closed community. And of course, the Patreon supporters will be the first ones to get in the CC. But if you're in the Discord, that's also a way that the masses can get in as well. So if that's something that might interest you, you already know where to go.
Yeah, with that said, hope you guys enjoyed this video. We have a lot more videos coming out. We're at a really good spot with the game. Roblox has been extremely dry, and I think it's in need of some hydration. So any final closing remarks, Shiver away?
Make sure to report Remy to Discord.
Yeah.
If you don't get the CC, it's because of Remy, so be sure to report him.
And this is not a joke, like genuinely find his Discord, report him. Also find his Roblox account and report him as well.